Hi, welcome back. In this section, we will study evaluation tools. After the implementation of our chosen improvement action items, the next thing that we want to do is to evaluate their effectiveness as against our expectations. Now, I will be presenting to you evaluation tools that are being used in a normal Lean Six Sigma practice. Evaluation tools are said to be a set of tools that can aid in the evaluation and display of the results of the implemented solution and improvement. As you can see here, there are two possible ways that can be used in terms of comparing the before and after implementation of these improvement action items. So I will be showing you how I did this using Minitab. So let's go to Minitab. In Minitab, I created a worksheet with columns week, lead time, remarks, and phase. On weeks, I have put the weeks based on the baseline from the data, the 12 data points here coming from the case study, and projected the next 12 work weeks as the project gets completed. So the data for the first 12 weeks came from the case study, while the data for the next 12 weeks is a dummy data I just created. Before putting the remarks, first I have identified to which particular phase of the project does each week belongs. We all know that the first 12 weeks is the baseline. The first week is allocated for define, 2 weeks for measure, 2 weeks for analyze, 3 weeks for improve, and 4 weeks for control. Our before data covers the baseline up until analyze phase. This is because we don't expect any improvement from define to analyze. We're just in the process of problem analysis and validation. Improvements are expected starting the improve phase. That is why I coded before from baseline up until the analyze phase and after in the start of improve phase up until control. So this is how my table looks like. In your case study, you can create your own dummy data, but you can follow this particular data table that I created. First, let's use boxplot as a tool to compare the before and after condition. Now, let's go to graph and then boxplot. For now, I have a data that is simple, lead time in one column, but with groups because I will be using the remarks before and after. So I will have to choose the upper right option. Then I have to click lead time and put remarks on the category so that it will be presenting two different box plots with lead time plotted on Y and remarks on X. Then click OK. Now this is how the box plot of comparison between before and after looks like. To put more context, we can put what we call reference lines inside this particular box plot comparison by putting add reference lines and putting 15 as the target based on our case study. So now we can see that before, the dispersion is too wide and the central tendency is way more than the target, which is 15 minutes, while after, you can see that the dispersion reduced significantly and the central tendency is now performing way below the target of 15 minutes lead time. So this is one way on how you can present the effect of your improvements. Now the second one is using a control chart. We can go to Stat, click Control Charts, look for Control Charts for individuals, and then click Individuals. This command will give you the ability to create a control chart for individual values, just like what's being presented here on our data table. Now I just have to put the variable lead time in this section, click Eye chart options, find the tab containing stages, and then put remarks meaning I have to stage or separate the data coming from the before condition and the after condition. So I just have to double click remarks and click OK, and then another OK. Now, as you can see here, it gives us an output of comparing the time series between the before condition and the result of the implementation afterwards. Now we can see the span of the dispersion given by the boundary of the red lines compared to the boundary of the red lines here at the after condition. Central tendency can be seen on the green line here and another green line here. So this is how you can present your before and after condition using time series. Moving forward, you can use either of the two in presenting the effectiveness of your improvement action items.